Alleged child abuse shot, edited, and uploaded by the parents to the internet without the presence of mind to pause and think for a second, maybe this is a terrible idea. That's what we're talking about today, courtesy of Savannah Glenbin and her husband. Also courtesy of the person that emailed me this particular topic. I appreciate you. For a bit of context, Savannah is a 25-year-old ex-military influencer with over 1 million TikTok followers who has become a mom in the last year or two. She's been a full-time content creator for years. And by that, I mean...
If you didn't know, I made an OnlyFans last year after the world got hit with the pandemic, and I had no idea I would be as successful on that platform as I am now. Literally, I thought I would make $3,000 tops. In fact, I made $42,000 my first month and averaged around $25,000 a month since.
But like many new moms, she saw the childbearing process and ensuing journey of motherhood as a prime opportunity to make more money by relentlessly using the child as a social media prop, I guess. This isn't uncommon, and I'm certainly not going to shame someone for sharing their journey of motherhood on social media because there's only so much shame to go around, and her son is already accumulating all of it for his high school years once his friends find out what his mom was doing while she was pregnant with him. On the bright side, though, he'll be able to quickly assess what friends to cut ties with when he catches them sharing lewd vids in the group chat. I digress. Let's take a look at the video in question that stirred all this recent controversy this week. Now, I have a few thoughts here, and I'm just going to speak plainly because that's all I typically know how to do. This doesn't strike me as the worst thing on the planet. And before you go jumping down my throat, though, I'm not excusing it. I'm just desensitized because I've seen a lot of awful things online over the years. That said, I do think it's cruel because a 1-month-old doesn't know what the hell's going on here. He only knows his arms are trapped and he's being flopped around while his parents are giggling about it. It's probably emotionally distressing for the toddler, and the worst part is, it shows a complete lack of parental instincts that you're more worried about filming this kind of thing than you are about your toddler's comfort and emotional needs. And then to post it online is further evidence that there is melted jello where your brain should be. So while I do think this was callous and ignorant and you should be reprimanded, I probably wouldn't have called CPS over it. But that's why Reddit exists, because for some, this video was a crime against humanity. This should be reported to the authorities. This needs to be reported to police, and CPS needs to be called. Report for abuse! Contact Camp Pendleton NCIS and make a child abuse report. I mean, you'd think she launched the thing out of a potato cannon directly into a volcano the way some of these comments have been rolling in, but I'm probably more in this comment camp myself. They made this and then edited and posted it. A lot of time to rethink. Just gross to use your kid in this way for views. Even more interesting is that her toddler is 18 months old now, and as you can see from the beginning of the video, she says, throwback to when Gunner, of course his name is Gunner, was 1 month old and Hank thought storking our newborn around in a blanket was just a great idea around his wife who had postpartum anxiety, end quote. So maybe she initially had a gut instinct that this video might be a little bit out of pocket, but enough time has gone by now, who could possibly get mad, right? This was 1.5 years ago at this point, and I'm having a slow content week, so post. Shit. Well, she would go on to regret that decision because Reddit got what they wanted. And after spamming CPS with complaints, they showed up at her house and took her child away from her, which then led to her making this video and posting it to TikTok.
I don't even know how I'm gonna start this. Right now, we're dealing with a situation where Gunner has been taken from us until CPS can evaluate our home. Because I posted a video of my husband and son playing. That video was construed in a way as to people thinking that we were abusing our child.
Regardless of how you feel about the Saran Wrap video, one thing will always remain true, and that is you need to be mindful of what you put on the internet involving your kids. Because nobody knows better what is good for your child than a childless Redditor that will rally their army of autist friends to spam CPS until they take your child away from you. There's a reason I don't turn the camera on when I strap my 4-year-old to the roof of my car with bungee cords and go Tokyo drifting in a hurricane. It would make a great video, but I know better. Hi Reddit, I'm totally kidding. Please don't call CPS. I use duct tape, not bungee cords.
When Gunnar was like laughing and smiling, and it was just a funny thing that Hank did, because Gunnar was getting into like the stove that day and like tried putting a fork in a socket, and like Hank like playfully wrapped him in cling wrap. He had room to move. Like he looked like a little worm, like a little cucumber.
Oh, he was a little cucumber? Well, that's so cute. Why didn't you just say that to begin with? Cute little cucumber. For what it's worth, I mean, if your kid's putting things in the sockets, you can just get socket protectors, right? You don't need to dress them up like a little cucumber.
He was at no point in distress or crying or anything like that. Like, we would never hurt our son. Like, we would never hurt our child. He's the best thing that has like ever happened to us. And like yesterday, so like I posted that video like 2 days ago, and like the response that it got was positive. So like I didn't even know like that somebody had thought it was bad until yesterday when cops showed up at our door and separated us as a family. Like we went down and like made our statements, and thinking that like Gunnar was gonna like be returned to us that day, and that like CPS would do their investigation and see that our home is safe, and that we meant our child no harm. I don't know what to do, whether to stay quiet or post a video or like private my social media because of the amount of hate that I'm getting.
Now, as a parent, I take no joy in seeing her torn up over this. I imagine it's incredibly traumatic to have your son forcibly taken by strangers and feeling like there's nothing you can do in that moment. Maybe even more traumatic for the child, honestly. And I don't know exactly how it works, but I assume CPS is required to take the child while they follow up on the complaints and conduct their investigation. Also, though, I don't understand the need to immediately run to TikTok to post a video like this. If I'm in her position, I am shutting my shit down so fast until my family affairs are in order. I just don't see any upside to continuing to post.
Like, some people are taking this video out of context and like not even knowing Hank. I make zero money off of my social media. My TikTok is not monetized like at all. I don't make any money off of my kid. I just post little vlogs sometimes and like little pieces of like our life together. And I just feel really helpless in this situation. I feel so dumb for posting that and like thinking it was just like a cute family video and then it turning into this. I know that people are gonna hate me or like just like have opinions on this, and like I absolutely understand that. I just want people to know that like I love that little boy more than anything in the whole world, and I would never hurt him. Never ever. And neither would my husband. We made a mistake. And we don't deserve to have our child taken away because of it.
So, pretty heavy video. And of course, there's sociopaths in the comments that think she's faking her emotion to this whole thing. He was not laughing, just like you're not crying. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit of an optimist, but it feels like she's genuinely upset that her son got taken by CPS. I could be crazy. I don't know. And it's worth noting that the video we just watched did go quite viral on TikTok a day or two ago, and she subsequently privated her TikTok account, probably because she was still getting a slew of hate. In fact, when I was researching a bit earlier, her account was still privated. However, since then, she unprivated the account and returned with this post. CPS cleared us of wrongdoing and determined our home with us is a safe one for our son. Despite that, a hard lesson was learned, a mistake we will never make again. This weekend was extremely traumatic for us as a family, and we'll be taking time away to heal. If the over-under on her time away is 2 days, I'm taking $1,000 on the under. People like this are just too addicted to the validation, the dopamine you get from the comments and the likes and stuff. Listen, I get it. I feel that sometimes too, but you know what? I hope she takes a little bit longer. Take a couple weeks. If you're truly not making money off of this, why? You know what I'm saying? Why keep putting yourself through it? just keep doing the just keep doing the OF if that's where the real bread is. So after the investigation, obviously her son was returned to her, which I think was the rather obvious result. And here we are. The conversation around this continues to be pretty divided in the comments on Reddit, etc. As is often the case on the internet, we operate at the extreme ends of every spectrum, where nuance goes to die. Parenting is a delicate subject for sure, and it's a tough job. So it opens up a lot of room for people to disagree on what is right and what is wrong. Should they have saran wrapped their child and posted it to the internet for likes? Definitely not. But a lot of parents make dumb mistakes. They just don't film it and post it online willingly. Should they have had their child taken from them in response to that video? Probably not. But they did. And I bet they'll think very carefully what they decide to post moving forward, which may be the silver lining in this case for their child's future. One thing I know for sure is that if I was a toddler, I would much rather my mom stalk me in a saran wrap straitjacket for 5 minutes than post countless videos of herself bouncing on a veiny footlong that are going to live forever in the Matrix. But I don't know anything. I'm just an adult child that talks to a monkey doll because he has no friends.
It's honestly pathetic.
You know what? You can go fuck. Thanks for watching. Please hip thrust that like button and subscribe if you're feeling rather generous. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.